entertainment everywhere, anytime. Key features include unlimited live streaming, live TV, high-quality streams, and on-demand content. It has a user-friendly interface, personalized recommendation, can be accessed anywhere, and more. Download the AMAZE TV app from Google Play Store or App Store. Why wait? Download the AMAZE TV app today for more content. You can also visit us at our website www.amazetvsl.live. Also catch up with us on all our social media platforms. Hello, good morning, and welcome again to another amazing episode of your favorite program, Focus Salone, where they come to now only now AMAZE TV, channel 32, and all the other social media platforms then AMAZE TV SL. This program now a flagship program, and inside Focus Salone, where they talk about everything where they happen at Salone, entertainment, education, and a lot more. Today again, we still continue the topic on innovation. Today, we can talk about future-proof economies, preparing tomorrow workforce and impact and transformation of innovation. This is not the topic where we get again at the studio. And I want for our show now because we get big personalities, good guests then at the studio today. We get for take me through this. As usual, you can be part of the program by sending in your text message to the number +232 7222 89. As usual, me now na host Lydia K. Talker and
Corey must say and fabulous because as we already know say this week happens to be innovation week and therefore the guests now the studios and I expect them they can happy for Rob Mott into this edition as discussed by the co-presenter Lydia K. Talker. But fambulem, we want for going for a short coffee break. We shall be right back, not short at all because we get exciting content and fascinating stories we can discuss.
Coffee Korea's Freetown. 100% Robusta coffee, proudly made in Sierra Leone. We offer hot coffee, coffee bags, green coffee, cocoa powder size, 100 gram. Our coffee beans are grown and harvested in Kono and Kenema in the east of Sierra Leone, roasted and packaged in Freetown by our friendly team. About us, we provide ready, available, and affordable coffee bag to the market. We do free coffee tasting and delivery service. We do coffee consulting service. We do coffee guide and training. We do coffee tour. Our facilities: breakfast, meetings, training, and Wi-Fi. For wholesale, you can contact us on the number +232 8826 33 33 or visit the nearest supermarket at 47 Wonsap Drive, Spur Road. Focus Salone, where they come to now only in AMAZE TV channel 32 and all the other social media platforms them AMAZE TV SL. As we continue the program, I want to say thanks to the consistent sponsor for this program, we now Coffee Careers. And as we continue the program, as I said today, we can talk about the future-proof economies preparing to more workforce and impact and transformation of innovation. We get two wonderful expert guests then at the studio. I want to introduce the first guest where we get now at the studio. He's Desmond McFoy. He's the head of Knowledge Network Solution Institution, and a little bit of in professional background so that we're not going to say we have experts to handle this topic. Desmond McFoy is the head of institution at KNS College, where he oversees academic and administrative operations. With a strong background in education, he has likely played a significant role in shaping the college's strategic direction and ensuring academic excellence. As an educational leader, Desmond McFoy's expertise include education leadership and management, curriculum development and implementation, student development and support, innovation in education, strategic planning, and implementation. Good morning, Desmond, and welcome to the program Focus Salone.
Good morning, and thank you.
All right, I know Miss nothing for that introduction, eh?
That's fine.
All right.
Yes.
Well, problem on me right hand side, of course, as leader Kate can see the guest in the studios, and I expect as far as innovation is concerned, and as at AMAZE TV, we always like for bring to them prominent and eminent personalities. We are in, then they get expertise on the topic and the subject we can discuss. And the other guest for today's edition, but family, I'll just say a few things because this somebody in profile very heavy. Because if I see how they discuss or dwell into in profile, when they come here today, honestly. So this somebody happened for being a managing director for GEO Sierra Leone, and also he happened for being the former chief advisor for OSLO Forum Network. And again, this somebody happened for be a former chief executive sales director at Bright Product. And this person not only studying in this country, he's studying at the Norwegian School of Business, wherein he study entrepreneurship and innovation. Family, this person not only less an individual, but Francis Stevens Judge. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the program.
Good morning, and thank you very much for having me.
Alright, we hope before getting on the program today, as this week we start with innovation. We've been discussing about innovation. Yesterday we get two young people we come and talk about innovation, how they don't impact the community and Sierra Leone as a whole. So starting, I want to go able for define the future-proof economy in the context of Sierra Leone or West Africa. Let's start with that, because talking about a future-proof economy, it means a lot. What's in a future-proof economy mean, especially when we talk about Sierra Leone as a case study? Anybody can go first. Mr. McFoy?
Okay. We have to understand, say the world we live now is a technology world.
All right.
Anything we do now is centered around technology, whether agriculture, transport, you name all the sectors. Health, if technology is not the medical things all they use, it's all technology. Even the energy sector, technology, if we not get the right technology, we will always the issues here and there in terms of energy. So if you want to make sure, say, your economy be strong, this technology then get for come into play. And for let that come into play, there are two things that we can come. One, you need to get the digital skills. And these digital skills, when you don't understand them, you can aim for transform into some innovation. You can aim for look at problems and see how you solve them. And you get some students, when they come, when they don't learn some certain programming language, then I can start for say, well, with this, I think I can able to do this. I can able to address this problem. There are social problems we can for address. There are economic things that we can able to solve. And you will see, yes, that's why you can begin build small. So you need both the digital skills and for it translate into an innovation. That one, yes, I can hear something, you say, hey, somebody go pick one resistor, not the box, you put this, you put that. Yes, it works well. But you need to understand what you did do. So that's what brings in that synergy between your skills and your innovation. You get to be creative. You get to think out of the box. And with the tools where you get when you digital skills, when I can tell people and say, that is the currency for the 21st century. If you don't have it, it's a gap.
All right. Yes, sir.
Yes, so I can, subscribe to everything Desmond said, but I can also add, like 25 years ago, when all the internet and everything, some of us out there were looking towards Africa, and we saw how this can be the tool that will help us leapfrog. Mr. Desmond mentioned digital skills. I would broaden it to digital literacy, because the digital skills, they allow you to basically build systems, but literacy is for you to understand how the technology, because he rightly says, if you look at the history of innovation, you begin with the Stone Age, the Iron Age. We have like 6 phases. You now see the last phase was what we call the industrial mechanical engineering phase, and now we're basically in the technology. There is a 7th phase, which is AI, and digital literacy becomes the key. So some of the work Desmond is doing is actually providing, you can almost say like a protection for the young people for the future, because if you don't have digital literacy and you don't have those skills, we will not be able to grow this economy. That's basic. That's a basic fact.
Okay.
Yes. So like Francis Stevens George, like he happens to be like the chief executive director for Innovation Sierra Leone. Like the viewers may want to know, like how could that of the innovation Sierra Leone could foster a culture of innovation in Sierra Leone? Because when it comes to terms of Sierra Leone, innovation in Sierra Leone compared to other like developed countries in West Africa and the globe, like we are far behind. So like how could we foster that culture of innovation in Sierra Leone?
Yeah, so like Desmond says, somebody picking up a transistor and we all jump up and down, but this is not really what it's about. In order to answer your question, what we need to do first, we need to build an ecosystem. We have an entrepreneurship ecosystem that is now working, but we also need an innovation ecosystem. And this means that there are about 5 components that needs to come in place. The enabling environment, so government, and in particular government institutions that are responsible to fund universities, they need to make an intentional decision to put money into research. Our universities are not research driven. Then you need money. You need money to be able to fund people to experiment, because all innovations that you see today was some crazy person that got some funding and nobody believed in this. And the key part in this innovation ecosystem is the human capital. We really need people, again going back to what Desmond is saying, digital skills, but digital literacy, and I also want to add problem solving skills. So the essence to the answer to your question is we need to change the mindset. In Sierra Leone, people see a problem and they complain. In Nigeria, in Ghana, and Rwanda, they see a problem and they say, how can I solve it? So this mindset we need to change. But in addition, you also need to have an innovation ecosystem that allows for things like research that goes out into a space where they get funding. So a lot of the work we've been doing is going the other way, which is that we find young people with good ideas, we showcase them, and then through those young people we identify what is missing, and then you start to mobilize resources to build that ecosystem.
Yeah, Francis, you mentioned aspects like if we want to foster a culture of innovation, changing the narratives, the mindsets could be an essential fabric for us to like be in that position of like fostering a culture of innovation. So like what has been your role as a chief executive director for Innovation Sierra Leone, for you like trying to change the mindset of people, especially the youth, because like they happens to be the most like populated population as far as population is concerned in Sierra Leone. So what has been the steps or the stripes been taken to change the narratives and mindset?
Yeah, it will be a long answer, but I'll keep it very short.
Precise.
So it's on two levels. Like I said, you need to begin to create an awareness that you need this ecosystem, and then you need to build a broad coalition of leaders that believe in what you're doing. So when we started, it was in 2017, and 1 year later, an amazing thing happened, that the government created the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation.
Sure.
And this actually, you know, I'm not a big fan of government, it doesn't matter which, but what this did was that this basically put innovation on the agenda, and all the work we've been doing got the kind of recognition is needed. So you also need to encourage diversity, because really innovation is about allowing people to be themselves.
Inclusivity as well.
Precise, exactly. Yeah. So some of the work we're doing, for example, we have the Freetown Pitch Night, which is a monthly event, and we call young people to come and pitch the idea to a broad audience. This, in the past 7 years, many of the innovators you know today, they came through Freetown Pitch Night. Okay. So without that platform, you don't get, they don't have this opportunity to showcase themselves. The other thing that we've been doing, of course, is also to focus on gender. So we have a program called Dare to Aspire Women in Entrepreneurship, because the population in Sierra Leone, it's not only young, but it's more women than men. And we also know that when you support young girls, the effect is a multiplier effect.
Yeah.
So we've also engaged schools. You know, our program work with schools, and you need money. So we've gone out to corporate people that were willing to sponsor the work we're doing, so that we can provide seed capital to young innovators. So many of the young innovators, when they came with an idea, we helped them get seed capital, anything between $1,000 up to $5,000, and today they have their. But it's you know, there is a study that shows it takes 7 years to build this ecosystem, and I'm very proud to say, because Desmond is a testament to this, we actually have an ecosystem that is beyond nascent. We have some amazing young entrepreneurs. We won the Orange Social Venture Prize 3 years ago, which is something that nobody thought about.
Amazing.
Joseph with Lifeblood, for example.
Yeah, that's nice. It's good to see Sierra Leone getting involved in innovation.
Honestly.
Because when we talk about innovation, like Desmond rightly said, the world is changing. We live in a technological advanced world every day. So talking about a future-proof economy and talking about innovation, using Sierra Leone as a case study, because when we look at these two things, we need innovation in order to boost the economy. For instance, let's say if we have companies that are doing some things, manufacturing some things, other countries are manufacturing, it will boost our economy. So my question to you both right now is, what are some of the global trends in workforce transformation that Sierra Leone economy should take note of? What are some of those things, some of those trends?
Okay.
Because to think about the innovation is one. What are the trends that we should follow?
for this particular, you know, there are some skills, literacy, you need to have.
All right.
Things are changing before you hear somebody in a particular company, so I'm an IT engineer. It's like a generic statement.
Yeah.
It's no longer that you have to be specific. What's your career pathway? What are you doing? I'll give an example. Most of our mining companies you see in Sierra Leone, you check, you notice that you have some amount of, like 30% of foreigners, a lot coming from Nigeria and Ghana, working in this industry. There is one thing which is the difference. They've got that certification of the skill which they profess they know.
Yeah.
Because when the recruiters, they go through this and they check, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this?
Yeah.
So you find out that we economy, don't Sierra Leoneans, if Sierra Leone get the same job, they're paying the tax, government is going to have money.
Yeah.
But then you have to get the correct skills. It's not sitting close to somebody who has got a qualification that will make you become certified.
That's the idea of most people.
I don't be working under for 15 years.
I don't work in a computer shop. I sabi make this thing.
No. There was a time I asked somebody, I said, I was looking for a graphic designer. There was a particular job I was going in for. And it's a World Bank project. And one of the qualifications was you should have somebody who's qualified in graphic design with certification. I checked right through, I cannot find one graphic designer in Sierra Leone who's certified in Adobe Illustrator. You have to take the exam and be certified. Yeah. So I had to look for somebody.
The certification.
Yes. I get to go up to the point I get somebody from Ghana just for using profile.
Wow.
For go in. Wow. If not, so you notice that there are certain opportunities in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leoneans don't have it because we not get the correct skill sets.
Yeah.
So unless we don't reach that point where people will say, okay, I know this thing, but I need for make sure say I be certified.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference between certificate and certificate. Yes. Certificate is just confirm, say yes, I complete the course. Yes. But when you're certified, get the certification, it validates your knowledge of what you know.
It made what you've acquired.
Yes, and it becomes a global recognized document. So if we economy get for be strong, we need people and when go come up and say yes, they want for be trained in certain skills. And when you did it, most of the employers expect you for be creative. How much you can able use that knowledge for make sure say you turn around things. Trust me, AI is changing the world.
So much. So much.
And with AI, it'll cut down the time, it'll cut down the
jobs.
Exactly. But then, how many people are ready to learn the AI engineering? There are courses for it. Some man, sorry to say, we have so many people who say, me not a blogger, etc. There are courses for it. Go for these courses.
You can just grab now and give yourself work.
Africa by 2030, there's a survey where say Africa will need 230 million digital literacy jobs will be available. Are we prepared for that?
No.
The government,
not yet.
There was a pronouncement that Sierra Leone, I think in 2028 we're looking at 500,000 jobs. And out of that we're looking at 65,000 went for IT jobs. But are we prepared? One thing I can tell you, I've got guys who have been trained in digital skills. They sit in Sierra Leone and they have remote jobs. They're earning over $3,500.
Amazing.
The only thing they need is just their computer and they're working. So we get for taking minds out of, for say, the only place for work now, the banks and the telcos. There are so much opportunities there if we got the correct digital knowledge.
Okay.
So these tools now they open the door.
Yes.
I had one of my students as well who was working. He applied for a job and now he's in Sudan. He's having over 5K.
They inspire me for serious
So,
IT.
Amazing.
I want an IT specialist.
What?
So yeah, Francis, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So being the CEO of innovation in Sierra Leone, you actually spoke about inclusivity, you know, bringing women,
Gender equality.
you know, gender equality, going to communities that, you know, they are less privileged, so that you can get them involved, because this not just involve people in the city, it's for everybody. So let's talk about practical ways of the inclusivity. How have you been doing it? Like getting people like the disabled, yes, getting into this. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so just before I answer, can I have permission to just add one more trend?
Yes. Oh yes.
Because you asked
Permission
about the
to carry on.
trend. So Desmond mentioned the trend is you know, tech, but there is also another trend which we take note in Sierra Leone. That trend is you're not going to get permanent jobs anymore.
Yeah.
You're going to be problem solving.
Yes.
So what Desmond is saying, somebody is sitting in Sierra Leone and working. Because of the time difference, they finish that work, they go take 6 hours sleep, and they start another job.
Yeah.
So not only Desmond and I, but even our tax authorities, our government, they need to be able to get because that is the trend. You know, it's called the gig economy. Yeah. So to answer your question, again, as I said to your co-host, this is really about an ecosystem which involves building partnership. So we identify organizations that are at the forefront, because we cannot do everything. So we've done work with handicap and inclusion.
Okay.
Last November, we had, during the Global Entrepreneurship Week, we bought, together with the Association of Disabled People and several others, with generous financing from one of our sponsors, we got all of them to the bank complex in Kintom, and we listened to their concerns when it comes to entrepreneurship.
Okay.
We also created a market space where they came with their different products to actually sell. What we have been doing is to engage the leaders in those disabled communities to come up with their solutions, and then we will go find the funding. You see, it's not just about the disabled, but it's also about people who are not terribly educated.
Yeah.
They cannot be left out. It is also very important about the elderly.
Yeah.
Because if you look at a very disappointing statistics, is that the older you get, the more you're outside of this digital age. We cannot allow that to happen. So especially in a place like Sierra Leone, where I heard you retire at 60 officially, I'm sorry, but in this day and age, if you take care of yourself, you can live up to 70, 80.
Yes.
Why would somebody retire at 60 and all that knowledge goes to waste? So our inclusivity is also about that. But practically, so through the Human Capital Development Plus, we have been going to the eastern, northern, and then western area together with Ambassador Finda Kroma and Minister Ramatula to basically get the paramount chiefs, because like you rightly said, you have to be able to engage the people who are the local leaders. So to get the paramount chiefs to understand, and I have to emphasize this, through the Freetown Pitch Night platform, we've been able to get people's ideas, excuse the language, from the bush. So recently we had Michael Nabiu, he came up with an idea in Binkolo, where the women were losing half of their income from pepper because they had to take the pepper all the way to Makeni to sell before it was rotten. He came up with a solar dryer idea. These women now don't have to run to Makeni. They can dry the pepper and they can earn more money. This again, he went on the internet and he found the idea and he was able to develop it. So as Desmond was saying, digital literacy. So yeah, so I hope I answered the question.
Well, the discussion in the studio is getting hotter, I can say. But we are going for a short break and we'll be right back. Introducing the AMAZE TV app. Entertainment everywhere, anytime. Key features include unlimited live streaming, live TV, high quality streams, and on-demand content. It has a user-friendly interface, personalized recommendation, can be accessed anywhere, and more. Download the AMAZE TV app from Google Play Store or App Store. Why wait? Download the AMAZE TV app today for more content. You can also visit us at our website www.amazetv.sl.live. Also catch up with us on all our social media platforms. Coffee Korea's Freetown. 100% Robusta coffee, proudly made in Sierra Leone. We offer hot coffee, coffee bags, green coffee, cocoa powder size, 100 gram. Our coffee beans are grown and harvested in Kono and Kenema in the east of Sierra Leone, roasted and packaged in Freetown by our friendly team. About us, we provide ready, available, and affordable coffee bag to the market. We do free coffee tasting and delivery service. We do coffee consulting service. We do coffee guide and training. We do coffee tour. Our facilities: breakfast, meetings, training, and Wi-Fi. For wholesale, you can contact us on the number +232 8826 3333 or visit the nearest supermarket at 47 Wonsab Drive, Spur Road. Hello and welcome back to the program Focus Salone, where they come to now only. Now AMAZE TV channel 32, we still get with two guests then at the studio. We get Francis and we get Desmond. We still talk about innovation. So but as we continue the program, we don't get few text messages. We don't come inside. I want to read some of the messages there and we get then go respond. So we get a message we come from Amnata Momo. It is all the way put local. So in the asking question, it says how can public-private partners accelerate workforce development and innovation? That's a question. Then we get Mohammed Yankin in the all the way Waterloo. This question go for Francis. He's asking what policies or infrastructure are needed to foster a stronger innovation ecosystem locally. That's the question. And we get another one from Musu Kone, where they all the way Codridge. Musu Kone in the ask the question is what role does vocational and technical training play in future proving economies? These are some of the questions, text messages we don't get. I can kindly respond, and if you get any,
I think I have two before we could dwell into the responses. I just want to read just two. This first one reads, great insight, Mr. McFoy. How can we balance traditional education with emerging trends? From Fatima Tassisi Watulu. Number two message reads, love your perspective on innovation in education. Can you share more about KNS College approach? From Idris Bendu. I think these are the two questions that I have.
So we can go first.
Okay. Maybe I'll start with you, the last question.
Okay.
in summary, I think the policy went for no more. Most of these courses we conduct, we get to a platform available. We are partners with Pearson VUE. Pearson VUE is like the world's largest examination body. So waiting then they do, they don't go make agreements with, like you want to do Microsoft or you want to do Adobe Graphic. They don't make agreements with them companies and they tell and say, we will conduct exam for now when we validate our knowledge. Then they look for partners globally. So we are partners with them. And the good news is we are the only Pearson VUE select partner in Sierra Leone.
It's amazing.
Long back, years back, even myself, when I made this read for some of them courses here, I get for left here, go Ghana, for go take the exam. If they cost me more. Now, it's here. The only disadvantage I see now, or the challenge I see now, people are afraid for take exam. So man,
maybe they are not prepared for it.
They don't want to take exam. But this time, they say, hey, no, I'm not ready for take the exam yet. But then that opportunity is available. Okay. I'll give you one example. Cybersecurity is changing the world.
Yeah.
There is an organization they call ISC2, when the world's largest cybersecurity organization. Okay. And one of the NT exams, which they call Certified in Cybersecurity, the exam is worth $199 if you're in America or whatever they pay. They're doing a funding now to Africa, where they're supporting 1 million people for being certified in cybersecurity, and the exam is $0. You can read it online and go to the exam center, and you take the exam and become certified in cybersecurity. So the opportunity is there.
You just inspire me.
So people just say, okay, can I just read for this? Go in there, you go use the facility, take the exam at the cost $0. Somebody's funding it. So people just forget the will power for say, I need to learn. And the other question.
Okay, a minute. Let me access my text message. A minute. Okay. Number 2, one reads, love your perspective. Okay, the first one, right?
Yes,
You've dwelled into the second one. Okay, the first one read, great insight, Mr. McFoy. How can we balance traditional education with emerging trends?
I don't know whether it's a balance, but what I believe is the stage we are in the world now is you get to make sure, see, this emerging technology get to be part of you. There's nothing you can do. First time we they go in a classroom, you know, lecturer will teach you say it done.
Yeah.
Now what happened? They present.
Yeah.
They ask you say, I need make una send una presentation slide. So what you don't say digital literacy don't come into it traditional. So you get to do research. The good thing is everything now is online. How much you spend time to do your research? Do your research and make you for put things together. So we get for bring and come together. These two, you traditional and the emerging technology. And the thing I can always say is you have to prepare that at the end of your traditional education, graduating, try to be sure that you have at least 2 digital literacy skills. You should be master of them. So it makes it more easier for you for employment. But you find people in the done college, you put computer before them. It's in accountant, you begin to talk about some ERP solutions. It has no idea.
Yeah, I think like the solution like I could prefer for me, like being a youth, because it pains me and it vexes me, understand. So I believe like I have to like propose this to Parliament, because I believe say if there is a legislation, there is an instrument or policy where like all institutions, schools, be it like the GSS, the SS, and the senior and that of the colleges, universities, and that of like vocational centers. For just everything, if it be a must, if we incorporate that subject or that particular module wherein it's a must, any students for just everything, there is an IT services being that cut across the respective institutions. I think that one could mitigate, because it threatens the economic and as well as the good and development of the country. Because we all now we like go into like an emerging technological world. And without you having that skills, that's a graduation. What's your faith?
Yeah. Just to that, I think the government is making some headway on that. We
Yeah.
have the digital transformation
Yeah.
project, which is ongoing.
Okay.
There are studies ongoing to see how digital literacy can be embedded into the traditional
Effect.
curriculum.
Okay.
So there are
Alright.
ongoing work, and I think they are on the right direction with that.
I think like
Yeah.
Francis wants to do a little more.
Because I'm actually a part-time lecturer
Okay.
at FBC.
Okay, amazing.
So I have a class in entrepreneurship, innovation, and creativity. So just what, as Desmond said, the government is doing a lot. We have to, especially the THE, higher education,
Education, yes.
Matula, they're doing a lot. But there's one thing also, and I'm using myself as an example. My students then say, "We're a white man," because they compare me to other lecturers.
Lecturers.
So what Desmond is saying, when I come to lecture, I'm not standing there I'm basically engaging the students. A lot of case studies. So it's and of course we have a whiteboard. So the university FBC, but I think also it's not just introducing digital into the curriculum. I think we also need to help the teachers, the lecturers, to change the mindset in order to be able to use these tools to make their life easier, to make their jobs easier. The other thing I want to also add is that you mentioned universities, but we actually need to start at the primary school.
That is it.
Level. You know,
So catch them when they're young.
yes, you know, my two children, you know, they're not here, they're in Norway. They were already on the thing by the age of 8. They were, yes.
So Francis, what I'm saying, like, because like now if we could include this like maybe the policy or legislation from a primary school level, that means like those set of students or population that happens to be in colleges or universities, they will be left out. So which is why like it should be cut across so that all facets will be captured.
Well. Because of time, we are not going to answer the other text messages. But next week it's Innovation Week. So before we go, can you say something? Can you both say something briefly about the Innovation Week?
What we
Being
expect.
the CEO of Innovation, what are the plans?
Yeah, thank you very much. So the plans are really quite big, quite nice, quite spectacular. We're very happy to have Desmond for KNS for the second year as our partner. So Freetown Innovation Week is something we started 3 years ago, and the idea is basically to showcase innovations from every stage, from ideation to actually MVP, minimum viable products, that is, and also to encourage dialogue between the innovators and the policymakers and the donor partners. It's based on it's on theme. So this year we have AI, because everybody's talking about AI, so we have AI. And I have to also say we started the first AI cohort of startups together with GIZ. We also have climate change, but this year we're looking at climate change and women, because we know that climate change affects women disproportionately. So there are innovations that are addressing that. Ready Salone is a Korean government project, again, to bring digital skills to Sierra Leone. They're going to be part of that. And the food innovation, which I'm very excited about, this year we're going to focus on food innovation, because we need to innovate how we grow our food, how we process our food. So, for example, the main thing this year is cassava flour. I don't know if you know cassava flour, to make bread and to make cakes. So with ILO, we're going to have about 10 companies that you may not know about that are doing amazing things on the cassava flour value chain, and it would not be complete without. No, they invite you now.
Okay.
Without human capital development, and Desmond will take part in inclusivity and inclusion in that world.
I think you've said
From the
it all.
1st to the 4th, next week Tuesday to Friday, and the first 3 days at Limcock Wing, Friday at the bank complex, because we need lots of people are making food. You can come, everything is free to taste.
Oh my
You
God.
can taste amazing wedding cakes made of flour.
I will be there. Thank you so much, Francis and Desmond. So as we round up the program, what would be your final words? Like short.
Say peace out.
To Sierra Leoneans and young people out there.
Okay. In fact, firstly, I don't know who put this program together, because we've been partners working.
Yes.
And I don't know from what angle you want to
Yeah,
say.
I was very surprised when I saw. I was like, wow.
Oh, you know how we are
I
that.
wasn't aware.
Exactly.
That's how we do it.
So-
Exactly.
At AMAZE, we keep amazing people.
Yeah, as long as the inscription says amaze. We always amaze.
I'm glad you're amazed.
Exactly, so.
So we always discuss ideas, and because we have cross-cutting issues we look at all the time. And for me, I want to encourage Sierra Leoneans to go out, look at what's your career path. Where do you want to find yourself in the next 4 or 5 years in the digital world? What do you want to learn? You understand? And then see how you can go for that. Be certified. There are a few countries, there are a lot of African countries, I'll tell you, outsourcing jobs are going into. You go to Egypt, Nigeria, Ghana. Some people are recruited for call centers in US. They sit in their home and they do answer all the calls. So there are opportunities, but for you to have that, there are certain requirements you're going to look at. One of is your digital skills, your knowledge in that. As Mr. Francis says, digital literacy is changing the landscape. And we have to prepare for that if we want to be sure we have a future-proof economy.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Desmond, for being part of the program. Well. It's only for say we're not going for end the program, but this will be the end of Focus Salone today. To you, Kaimo, what will be a wise word for today?
Well, it surrounds around collectivity, inclusivity, and that of unity. It is an African proverb that says like when spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. That tells you unity and collectivity is something that is key. Then viewers, I've been Karim Sisi. Till then, tomorrow. Bye.
All right, that's my co-host, the one and only Karim Sisi. So many thanks to our guests for coming today, for making this program, this particular episode very, very nice. And on behalf of the CEO, James BK of O'Neill from AMAZE TV, we want to say thank you to you all. On behalf of our production manager, we want to say thank you, Abubakar Sidi Kamara. Thank you to him for putting everything together. To the man in the control room, Abubakar Kamara, thank you so much. And on behalf of the management of AMAZE TV, we want to say plenty thank you to you now. Till then, I've always been your host, Lydia K. Talker. We'll see you tomorrow at exactly 8 a.m. Bye for now.
Coffee Korea's Freetown. 100% Robusta coffee, proudly made in Sierra Leone. We offer hot coffee bags, green coffee, cocoa powder size, 100 gram. Our coffee beans are grown and harvested in Kono and Kenema in the east of Sierra Leone, roasted and packaged in Freetown by our friendly team. About us, we provide ready, available and affordable coffee bags to the market. We do free coffee tasting and delivery service. We do coffee consulting service. We do coffee guide and training. We do coffee tour. Our facilities: breakfast, meetings, training, and Wi-Fi. For wholesale, you can contact us on the number +232 8826 3333 or visit the nearest supermarket at 47 Wonsab Drive, Spur Road.